Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the righteous gods and the Nirvanian goddesses. Creator gang is in the house. This is your hostess with the mostest burning like toast is Cosmon Cal, man, right back at it with just something quick. You dig what I'm talking about? My brother. He my brother. I love him, Saneter. He thought it would be cool, to throw my name up into a doc right here, and do a live on it. It says Cosmon and Neptali get their snot box rocked, right? So, he, because we are on our game so much, you know what I mean? And we're sharing a higher light, and it holds up a mirror to many, you know what I mean? So they have a insecurity and a jealousy when it comes to us. You dig what I'm talking about? And how we come at the information, right? So I was on my phone at work, you know what I mean? And I came in to actually give the brother Jabari some help. You dig what I'm saying? I know he's not very well versed in Sumer because he still believes that Egypt is somehow older than Mesopotamia, which is crazy. Nobody says that. No science, archaeologists, paleontologists, geologists, nobody says that. You dig what I'm talking about? So, I thought I would just, give him a point of view that he probably was not even thinking about. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't really want to play this because I don't want no problems. You dig what I'm talking about? But we're gonna go back over the information. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the brother Saneter too. You dig what I'm talking about? It ain't nothing personal. You dig what I'm talking about? The thing is, see, over here at the Creator Gang, we gonna keep it real first. And I was raised, like the great American poet laureates. Digital Underground used to say, slap me, I'm gonna slap you back. You dig what I'm talking about? So let's just get into this real quick. Right? Let's get into this doc. This is called Slapping Saneter 101. Getting slapped in the name of love, nigga, because you tried to take advantage of me. You dig what I'm talking about? And because I was on my phone and couldn't share my things. But now I'm sourced up. Now it is what it is. Mama said I got to get back out there and beat you up because I can't go home until I beat your ass. So now you about to get slapped, homeboy. So this is called Slapping Saneter 101, debunking Jabari's gibberish easily. See, Richard Carrier dropped a jewel as to the way he will attack the ideal that is upheld by Jabari, which is the blueprint for Christianity comes out of Egypt. And that jewel that he dropped was Sumer. It is true, Jabari does know a lot about Kemet. That is unquestionable. But what Jabari isn't learned in or aware of is the great antiquity of the Mesopotamian pantheon of gods, right? Let me just show y'all something real quick. Let me just share this with y'all, right? This is the pantheon of gods, right? Look all the way down here. We got the Mesopotamian polytheism stepping on the scene, 4000 BCE, right? Going on to influence like Canaanite, Indus Valley, right? And all the way up here, look. Hellenistic Judaism, Christianity, Orthodox Catholicism, even Islam, right? Look, 1,000 years later, Egyptian polytheism step on the scene. Does it do its due? Does it inspire? Yes, it does. Even Otanism, which goes right back into Judaism, but look, never left. Mesopotamians never left. So we just want to get that understood real quick, and let's get back to this. Right? See, what Jabari isn't learned or aware of is the great antiquity of the Mesopotamian pantheon of gods. Well, since I never felt that it was cool, right? I really think, you know, that's really like, oh shit, you dig what I'm talking about? To me, like, I wouldn't have did this to Saneter. You dig what I'm talking about? Even if I did slap him up or Jabari, I don't think about y'all that much. But since you thought it was cool to put my name in a title, you dig what I'm talking about? You get the whooping like you whooping. You dig what I'm talking about? Since I don't think it was cool to put my name in a YouTube title, simply because the creator gang is the hottest thing in the entire so-called conscious community, right? Which really is dead over there. You dig what I'm talking about? But it's all good, you know. And since the brother Saneter went out of his way to attempt to besmirch my scholarship, personally, I think turnabout is fair play. And fair exchange ain't no robbery. And since you thought it was a cool to attack me, now it's cool that I attack you, right? I'm just keeping the scholarship, right, bro? Remember, you threw the alley-oop. Remember that. You threw the alley-oop. So don't get mad at me now that I'm about to dunk it on your head. Now I'm about to beat you and your neo-paganist homeboy up, right? Because I tried to give you some advice to go look into something, but y'all had too much pride and ego in your way, right? See, Jabari is totally unaware of the timelines, and he is unaware that it was Mesopotamia that influenced Egypt and not the other way around. See, let's show how I believe. This is what I believe. How Richard Carrier will defeat Jabari. One, he will show that writing in Mesopotamia and hence the pantheon of gods existed long before Egypt was even thought about. Look, the source, iflscience.com. Look what it says. What is the oldest written text that has ever been found? The oldest confirmed writing is on an ancient Sumerian artifact, but the road to its creation is long and fascinating. This is from Dr. Russell Moore. This is from 2023. Right? It goes on to say, the first writing, right here. Look, this is a real writing script. What none of this in pre-dynastic Egypt. Wasn't none of this in early dynasty 1. None of this. They didn't even have a writing system. They had a pictographic, logographic system. This is going on in Mesopotamia. Real writing, cuneiform, wedge style. Now look, the first writing, the earliest confirmed form of writing. Hold on, let me see something real quick. The earliest confirmed form of writing is recorded on a limestone tablet known as the Kish tablet, which is dated to around 3,500 BCE, 400 to 500 years before there was an Egypt. Period. The tablet was found on the site of an ancient Sumerian city called Kish. Right? These dudes don't seem to understand that the Sumerians were Mesopotamians. They separate it like it's something different. It's not. So now we see writing in Mesopotamia, early Uruk period, before there was an Egypt. They were already writing. The tablet was found in a Sumerian city called Kush, which is located in modern-day Iraq. The writing on its surface is purely pictographic and represents a midpoint between proto-writing and a more sophisticated syllabic writing of the cuneiform, meaning wedge-shaped script. This remarkable object probably predates Egyptian hieroglyphics by several centuries. Slap. And so appears to be the oldest recognized and decipherable written system used by humans. So this alone is a major stumbling block for Jabari and his homeboy Saneter, because the earliest attestation of Osiris doesn't come to the 24th century. You 1,100 years too late, homeboy. Look, source, wordpress.com. The Osiris myth is one of the most important surviving pieces of Egyptian mythology, right? The tale is incredibly old, with its what? Earliest living attestation found in the pyramid texts that were inscribed on the walls of royal pyramids during the 5th dynasty or the 24th century BCE or 2300s BCE, right? Source always sourcing up, you know, we always source up. That 2300, that's the very first time we heard of Osiris. That's it. Your God is a little baby. No wonder he got that onesie on in the whole judgment of Nephilim. Look at it. Look at it. He got a onesie on. Let's look at the little baby. Look at the little baby. He got a onesie on. He got a MC Hammer 357 tracksuit on with blue skin. He's a cartoon character, right? Who he influencing? He got a onesie on. So we've proven writing in Mesopotamia centuries before Egypt was even thought about, and that the Osiris, because they get upset when you say Osiris, Osar, you know what I mean? They get a little sassy on you. Their wrists get to popping a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? When you say Osiris, and we prove that Osiris is a newcomer on the scene by 2300 BC. But see what it is? It's the text itself. Remember them Kish tablets? It's the text itself and what's written in this early cuneiform text that becomes a problem for anybody claiming the biblical text is a one-off of Egyptian mythology, right? Remember those Kish tablets from 3500 BC? The problem for Jabari will be that on those Kish tablets is the story of Gilgamesh, the oldest known story in the world. And being that Jabari is not necessarily a biblical scholar and is not aware of the direct typology that connects Mesopotamian texts to those of the Bible. So instead of taking the advice and looking at what I brought forth, he attempted to subvert my talking point with his low level of understanding, which leads us directly to the second way that Jabari will lose this debate. And that's typology. I warned him. See, which is looking at the nature, deed, and character of the God to show objective similarities. See, the easiest way to defeat Jabari and his talking point is to show the typological correlations between the God of Mesopotamia, 3500 BC, and the God of the Bible, 450 BC, in Babylon, right? Source, right? This is from the Marquette.edu from the dissertation of Timothy Nayland Senapatentry, right? And it is the sources of Ecclesiastes, the Epic of Gilgamesh, as a source for the document of Ecclesiastes. Now, look, it goes on to say, and I quote, these conclusions are demonstrated by looking at the methods, right? Now, remember, he brought up Amenhotep. Now, Amenhotep doesn't predate 1000 BC, right? That shit, Moses had did everything he had did, and you did what I'm talking about. There was already a nation of Israel that existed by the time Amenhotep even wrote anything. So later on, added in addition of Amenhotep into the Bible, yeah, could have been possibly been. But remember, who taught y'all how to write? Watch this. These conclusions are demonstrated by looking at the methods various scholars have used to compare the Enuma Elish, the Code of Hammurabi, the Rosh Hashanah documents, which are called the Ugaritic texts. But you see, the Ugaritic texts go right back to what? The Enuma Elish go right back to the what? To the Kish tablets, right? And also, Cosmon don't hide nothing. Look, the Rosh Hashanah documents and the instruction of Amenhotep with various texts in the Hebrew Bible. So if something come along much later, like Amenhotep, right? But we see a direct correlation still between the Rosh Hashanah, the Code of Hammurabi, and the Enuma Elish, far dating Amenhotep. How can we just say, oh, it just comes from Amenhotep? See? Chapter 3 examines several previous proposals, arguing that Ecclesiastes is dependent on Gilgamesh. So how could, if the Bible be only a blueprint coming from Egypt when we obviously have Ecclesiastes and it depended on Gilgamesh, a story that's older than Egypt, period. See, using the method developed in chapter 1 and 2, chapter 4 argues that Ecclesiastes is dependent on Gilgamesh. A first set of arguments focus on the historical connections of dating, genre, look, dating, I told him, genre, identification, and descriptions of the economy described in Ecclesiastes that suggests Colette could have known Gilgamesh. Now, the crazy part is Gilgamesh is a proven historical character. Can somebody prove historically Osar? Huh? And the nigga, listen, we're going to get into it all. This is why you're getting slapped. Now, coupled with these arguments, historical connections external to Ecclesiastes, including the fact that the P, or the priestly source version of the flood story in the Pentateuch, was heavily influenced by Gilgamesh. So that's Genesis. And that a fragment of the Gilgamesh has been found at Megiddo, proved that Gilgamesh was known in Palestine. So what do we find? That the God of Gilgamesh and the God of the Bible share similar what? 7-day creation myths, a myth for the creation of man, a flood mythos. He also has a Noah-like character who is called Utnapishtim, or depending on the time, Atrahasis. And they also have a serpent, right, in both texts, who is portrayed as a deceiver. So also, while on one or two themes can be found in the much later texts of Egypt, the actual stories of Egypt are nothing like those of Mesopotamia. So this is why we find a great connection with Mesopotamia in the Bible and a very weak one in Egypt. right? Clearly bringing into question the overall ideal that Osiris could have inspired anything in the Bible, being that the god of Mesopotamia, which is attested to in Babylon, where Tanakh was written, the typology between the two gods is unmistakable. And in the eyes of many Christian scholars, asserted to be the exact same God. So, how can Egypt be the blueprint when the much older Mesopotamian system exists that is vastly more similar to the one currently in existence, while Egyptian mythos is extremely different from Bible in connotation, in practice, and in purpose? So, who influenced who? Right? That's the next logical question. Who influenced who? If Richard Carrier is watching, he will use some of these talking points, right? Because if I can show that my God is older, the hell with what you're talking about. I'm saying I taught Osiris now. See? Let's show clearly that it was Mesopotamia. He was butthurt about the word Sumer. He didn't understand that Sumer is in Mesopotamia. It's the same thing. Let's clearly show that it was Mesopotamia that influenced Egypt and not the other way around. Look, source, Wikidocs. Egypt and Mesopotamia relations. See that? Look, let's highlight this. Egypt and Mesopotamia relations were the relations between the civilizations of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia in the Middle East. They seem to have developed from the 4th millennium. That's from 4000 BC to 3000 BC, right? Starting in the Uruk period, right? For Mesopotamia, 4000 to 31. Look, 3100, Egypt don't even start to the end. We got stories of a god with a 7-day mythos, a creation story for man, a flood mythos, and a Noah character already in existence before Egypt could write a fucking word. Huh? Watch this. They seem to have developed from the 4th millennium BCE, starting in the Uruk period for Mesopotamia, circa 4000 to 3100 BCE. And the half a millennium later, younger Gerzian. They don't even look into the Gerzian culture. Where is it from? It's from Mesopotamia. It dominated Egypt. As a matter of fact, the oldest known cemetery in Egypt is Gerzian. Yeah. And that's from 3500 to 32. Huh? Showing that the people that inspired your Osiris were Gerzian. Because why? Because they are of the culture of prehistoric Egypt. Circa what, 3500 to 30, still 100 years before there was an Egypt. And look, I highlighted this, right? And put it in red bold letters because look, and constituted, right, a largely one-way body of influences from Mesopotamia into Egypt. You didn't give them nothing. They taught you. Look what they teach you. Mesopotamian influence can be seen in the visual arts of Egypt, in the architecture, in the technology, in the weaponry, in imported products, in religious imagery. We gonna show. He was stupid enough. He brought up that shit, and I'm gonna show y'all that that Kutzo incense burner. This nigga was trying to pull the wool over y'all eyes because he knew y'all didn't know. Watch this. Debunking that shit too. Because he tried to say that had something to do with Osiris. It's possibly the oldest nigga. It ain't got nothing Osiris on there. Y'all didn't, it wasn't even written. It's just a pictogram. It's a picture. It's not even a language. Y'all was still backwood Bamas when the cuneiform text was already being mastered. Look, because look, the Mesopotamians gave y'all architecture, technology, weaponry, imported products, religious imagery, and it gave you in agriculture and livestock, and they was hunching on you because they gave you some genetic input too. And also in the likely transfer of writing from Mesopotamia to Egypt. You didn't teach nobody nothing. Wasn't it Dr. Ben that said Egypt is a baby? So is Osar with his onesie on. He need to get his diaper changed. And generated deep-seated parallels in the early stages of both cultures. Well, the early stages of the Uruk, the Mesopotamians, way down here in 4000. Y'all don't start the way down here. So the parallels come from y'all jocking the Mesopotamians. Huh? So how are you somehow influencing the gods of Mesopotamia when they taught Osiris everything he know? Bag drop, headshot. See, to further drive home the point, right? In what he can do, what Richard Carrier can do, tying the god to the of the Sumerians to the god of the biblical text, right? To further drive home that point, in the lost books of Anki, right? He ain't brought this out. Go bring this out in the Enuma Elish. That's what you do, right? To further drive home that point, in the lost books of Anki, right? The so-called Enuma Elish, the Lord, aka Baal, aka as Marduk, in the Mesopotamian text, claims to have made man in a similar typological fashion to the way the Lord claims. Remember, Lord is Baal, right? Lord claims to have made man in Genesis chapter 2. Look, the source, Enuma Elish. Marduk then spoke to Ai, saying he would use his own blood to create man and that man would serve the gods. Ai advised one of the gods to be chosen as a sacrifice. The Igigi advised that Kingu be chosen, and his blood was then used to create man. So, sourcing up, are proving that the God of the Bible and the God of Sumer, through action, deed, and character, are the same exact gods, just using the Mesopotamian names and titles. Proving again, there was no need for Comitian mythos when the Mesopotamians were already culturally influencing your mythos before you could even write or before Osiris even popped up on the scene. So, but also, right, let me expose that the two tricks that Jabari tried to pull on y'all. We're going to expose it, right? If y'all remember, right, first, the picture he showed, right, he showed the picture of the god on the throne that he said was Osiris, right? It was a little golden little statue with the double crown. It had the double crown of so-called Egypt and the feathers of Ma'at on it. He made a big deal out of that, right? Remember, he said that was Osiris, right? Remember, that's what he said. Hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Remember this? He showed y'all this. Remember, remember, got the crown, the double crown, all that shit right there. The feathers of Ma'at and all that. Remember, he showed you this. He said, this is Osar wearing the double crown with the feathers of Ma'at's Kazman. You know, he got real sassy at that point. But what he didn't tell y'all niggas was, that ain't even Osiris. That's the Canaanite god El, nigga. Goofy. Huh? You just said that was Osiris. But look at El wearing Osiris's crown. Huh? So you even mistake your God, your little stinking man sitting on a throne. You even mistake him. This is El, nigga. This is not Osiris. Cut. Y'all niggas, you talking about what they was worshiping. You was worshiping El, just under the name Osiris, nigga. That's what it is. So that's one trick he tried to pull on y'all. The other trick, right? He tried to pull this on. Remember he showed this shit? He said, oh, this is the possibly the oldest attestation. Nigga, it's not even written in words. That's one. This is the Kutsul incense burner. Remember, he went down here and he made a point to show it could be 32 to 3000 BC, Cosman. But this shit ain't got nothing to do with Osiris. Watch this. Watch this. Look, that's a feline in a boat. That's an antelope. That's a rosette. That's a falcon deity, right? This is a seated ruler. This is what he's trying to say is Osiris. But remember, he just mistaken Osiris, right? And was really El, and El had the crown on. Look, he in a boat. Kneeling prisoners, they in a boat. And a palace facade. Now look, this is an incense burner, but it's not even Egyptian. It's Nubian. This nigga jacking everybody's style. It's not no Commission. These Nubians predate you too. He just usurping people's stuff and just calling it Egyptian. Look, they even having a question about it like, why would the Nubians have Egyptian stuff? Look, this incense burner is distinctively Nubian informed, carved in the technique of Nubian rock art, not Egyptian. Then he tried to say that this nigga had something to do with Osiris. Wasn't no Osiris to 2300. Wasn't none to the Mesopotamians gave you a god, nigga. See, it is decorated on the rim with typical Nubian designs. It was found in the tomb of a Nubian ruler, Kutstar, who incorporates images associated with later Egyptian pharaohs. First of all, first, second dynasty, none of them were pharaohs. Were no pharaohs to Amos the First. He took that title. A procession of sacred boats, the white crown of Upper Egypt, a falcon deity, and a place of facade called a sereka. It appears to represent a ritual that involved a royal procession. Ain't got nothing to do with Osiris. This falcon deity, if you want to tie that to Horus or hey, but they don't call that Horus. The Nubians don't call him Horus. And it's not yours. Look, how did Nubia relate to Egypt during the A group? Watch. The scenes depicted on the Kutsul incense burner have excited considerable interest and discussion. Why would seemingly Egyptian symbols have been used in Nubia when Nubia had its own already? They gave you your history, you usurper. One interpretation is that Nubian A group rulers and early Egyptian pharaohs used related royal symbols. No, the Nubians was already ruling, and the Egyptians, the pharaohs or the kings of the Egyptians, came and used their royal symbols. Right? But remember they was talking about the procession of the sacred boats and all that stuff. Yeah, it's older in Mesopotamia. Sure. Watch this. It's older in Mesopotamia. Sure, also known as Ninsishir, was a Mesopotamian god. He was associated with sailors. It has been proposed that he corresponds to the so-called boat god motif, known from cylinder seals, which predate those of this nigga. Shishir was the god of sailors. He could be identified with the boatmen of Anki. Anki predates. Remember, in the Epic of Gilgamesh, Anki is a god of Gilgamesh. Inanna is the god of Gilgamesh. The queen of heaven, Inanna, ain't the queen of heaven in the Bible? That means Anki predate Osiris. Long before, hundreds of years. Proposed translations of this name include the slithering one, the rower, and the text of Marduk. Right? We just read that. We seen Marduk 3,500. You know what I mean? I didn't want to show Saneter's video. I didn't want to show his video, just in case, hopefully the homie don't get in his feelings and that. And you did what I'm talking about for getting his ears boxed in real quick, using the typological method and actually knowing how to tell time, nigga, and doing more study than being pigeonholed in your little Egyptian box. Right? Wonder what Osiris is doing to you in that box. Ain't he trying to come one with you? I thought all men became one with their wives. But you want to be one with Osiris. On that Horus and Set. I get it. You did what I'm talking about. It is what it is. I get it. But as always, you know what we come to do. Balance all balances and check all checks, because you know what happens next. When you see that butterfly vortex, nigga, I didn't found so much confusion in there, nigga. I showed the goddamn God of the Bible pre-Egypt, nigga. I told your dumb ass. Yeah, instead of hating, you should have. And then let me tell y'all something. The crazy part is, I agree with Jabari. Yeah, I agree with Jabari that the Egyptian text greatly influences. Greatly. I mean, listen, the only reason, like I'm saying, they don't know this. They on that lesser light. Somebody got to tell them what they believe. Right? Gang go out here and set trends. You see what I'm saying? So I tried to warn him. You dig what I'm talking about? Because see, the thing is, he sees it, he can perceive that it's there, but he can't prove it. I'm saying Osiris is the very first god to ever call anybody Adam. I'm saying Osiris came up with the snake in the garden myth, the let us. I'm saying all that. That the direct inspiration do come from there. But then I showed you how to defeat it. See, when you know a thing, when you know it, you can support it or debunk it. Because I can go on both sides. But since you wanted me to be against you, now I'm against you, hoe ass nigga. And I hope Richard Carrier look at this, tear you apart. And the crazy part is, I agree with you. I do. I would open up a WASP and just show the words. Remember them? Remember Jeremiah 8 and 8? Remember Jeremiah 8 and 8? They said that the pen of the lion scribes, well, them lion scribes is the Egyptians. They put the Adam story in it. They did it. I'm saying the whole first 2 books of the Tanakh is 100%, 100% the story of the Commissions. Not Israelites even at all, but they enemies. It's different when you have a knowledge of everything. See, I know Egypt. I also know Sumer. I know Harappa. I know the Indus Valley. I know ancient Persia. I know the Hellenic dynasty. You dig what I'm talking about? I know the American nations. The great Egoqui. I'm not pigeonholed to nothing. And I don't have to agree with you. But I offered you help. I extended my hand, said, bro, look into this because he's going to try to do this. He dropped a jewel on you. He said, well, it's also shown in Sumer. You wasn't even aware. Oh, Sumer, it's not a... Listen, Sumer is... Mesopotamia period is way older than Egypt. They had first everything. Y'all Johnny come late. Y'all don't like when I talk like that, but this is the energy you gave, so you know what I mean? Saneter through the oop, I'm dunking it. You dig what I'm talking about? It's like battle rap. You dig what I'm saying? This is like a diss song. You dig what I'm talking about? He threw a shot. Now it's time for me to throw a shot. He Drake. I'm Pusha T. You see what I'm saying? So stop hiding that boy in that closet. That's what you do. Come on out that closet. That onesie on. Anyways, man, this ain't gonna be long. This was addressing, just some sucker shit that I thought it was sucker shit. Sai still my homie, and he can come over here. I go over there. So we ain't got no beef. You dig what I'm talking about? This is just about the information. But you slap me, nigga, I slap you back. Because y'all not cut like that, nor is y'all smart. You dig what I'm talking about? So it's different when they open their mouth. You dig what I'm talking about? And they remove all doubt that for real, I'll be the smartest man in the room. They despise it. They hate it. You dig what I'm talking about? But y'all gonna get y'all work too. Kemet next. We spoke about Paul one time. Now the whole world is speaking about Paul. We gonna bomb your God too. We gonna show that Owaspi was saying in 1881 that what you niggas would say. I guarantee. The crazy part is I asked Jabari one time. I said, are the gods real? You did what I'm talking about. He said, no, they're mythos. They're aspects of creation. This is when I knew Owaspi was cold. How you tell me in 1881 what these goofies would say in 2023? It said literally that. When you ask these niggas, they don't even believe in their gods. Huh? They don't even believe in them. They say they're aspects of nature. How Owaspi know you niggas was saying that? in 1881. Before you even got into your Rosicrucian Asaru set neo-paganist doctrine. How do you rationalize that? Huh? You don't watch me exposing you niggas in 1881. It is what it is. And if you notice, I ain't used no Owaspy. None. None whatsoever. Right? I just use what's proven. Nigga, Sumer older than Egypt, nigga, and it influenced everything y'all got. You dig what I'm talking about? And with that said, man, look. Let me see. I'll give you the second. Hold on. I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody just want to come in for a second? Hold on. Kick it with your cousin. Kick it with your cousin them for a minute. Anybody want to come in? Just, you know, we just address shit over here. Nigga, you ain't gonna throw no shots and don't no shots come back. And then all I do is source up. That's all I do. I don't say nothing I can't prove. But that's the lesson learned. Thank you, big homie. Thank you, big homie. I'll never come on your channel again without being on a computer. You dig what I'm talking about? I'll never come in on the phone. You dig what I'm talking about? Lesson learned. Thank you. Thank you. You dig what I'm talking about? I can't, you know, sometimes you learn lessons from scuffing your knees. You dig what I'm talking about? And the fact that you tried to take advantage of that on a real one is why you getting your face slapped. You getting slapped in the name of love. Slapped in the name of love. That part, nigga. You dig what I'm talking about? That part. You know? And that goofy ass shit didn't work because I ain't even calling your channel. And the funny part is, while you saying I got my snot box rocked on a whole nother channel. See, this is how Jehovah works. He protects his people. While you was hating on me on your channel, Big Aboriginal Power was able to see what I was saying. That Ugaritic texts go all the way back to Sumer. 3500. Mesopotamia. All that. It go back. And they seen it a total way that I was boxing you in, and then I showed that God that you put up wasn't even goddamn Osiris, nigga. You talk about that's Osiris, that was Ale. Yeah. You did what I'm talking about? You know, and trying to explain spiritual things to unspiritual people basically is like trying to teach a dog geometry. You dig what I'm talking about? I got this low vibratory brother I got to debate on the 6. You dig what I'm talking about? He real slow. And he wants to debate little people. I said that they were little people. He laughed. I'm going to smoke his boots. Now, everybody here, you dig what I'm talking about? If everybody in the chat know, not believe, if you know little people are real, hit me with a 1 in the chat. Were or are real, have been in the Americas. If y'all know for a fact, not that you believe they were, but you know for a fact that they were here, hit me with a 1 in the chat. So I raised, you know, exactly. Hit me with a 1 in the chat. If you know little people, the mound builders, huh? If you know they existed, hit me with a 1 in the chat. A lot of people just not aware. You dig what I'm talking about? Crazy nigga told me the other day that his grandmama told him that the little people existed. Something about they had little horses, little ponies or something. You dig what I'm talking about? But he debating me that they aren't real. So I said, so your grandmama is a liar? The nigga said, yeah. Yeah, the nigga said, yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, shit, root words in the goddamn chat. Ah, you funny looking. Where did the little people go? Where did they go, Root? Where did they go? Huh? I'm not giving you no help, nigga. I'm not giving you shit. You should have kept your mouth shut. Ignorance is going to get your ass whooped. That's all that is. I'm a 30 you. I'm gonna give you the 3-zip. I'm gonna beat you on every level. You did what I'm talking about? You got to fight these facts, nigga. I'm not coming with nothing I believe. You did what I'm talking about? Crazy. He think little people don't exist today in America. Oh, this is hot. He act like they not here today. 4 feet and under. You gonna look so bad. But look, yeah, come out to January 6th, Cosmon Cal verse Root Word on Big Aboriginal Power channel. I'm gonna have the brother Root Word through here, man, so we can talk and build and y'all can peep his character. You did what I'm talking about. Y'all can see what I got to go up against on the 6th of January. I think that's 2 Saturdays from now. And it should be a good one. You dig what I'm talking about? You know, just raise him up, give him more information that he doesn't have. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's just debate. And he can't debate facts. You can have an opinion about it, but you can't defeat facts, proven, historical, objective. You dig what I'm talking about? So he's gone. This is ugly. Hey, look, I got the first 2 dudes they are so dumb. You dig what I'm talking about? They took debates nobody would have took. You dig what I'm talking about? Nobody would have took these debates. One dude tried to say the oldest bones in America is from Asia. Lucia. No, nigga. And then this dude, he real slow. He real slow. And he do a lot of laughing. So we know what kind of spirit he got on him. He do a lot of laughing. He do a lot of goofy laughing. You dig what I'm talking about? I ain't got that whole ass shit in my body. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just come in there punching with facts. You dig what I'm talking about? But shit, we'll put something together. We'll slap Root Words. But today, we slapping Saneter. You dig what I'm talking about? So it is what it is, nigga. You dig what I'm talking about? It's chess, not checkers, right? And with that being said, man, I want y'all to breathe in. Let the light in. Because I'm Cosmon. I'm out.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh,
it's that job F, that chow mein, that pepper bull, that towel main. Since sunset in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sane. So as above, it's so below. That up and that down thing. This flow is atmospheric. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing and current? See the pattern is panic. I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers. You feel the force of the ether, and when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing put equal. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sealer. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door stop. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it feel like. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah.
Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing